The gentleman's recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I want to start by saying something simple that shouldn't be controversial in the People's House. On questions of war and peace, on questions of life and death, Congress is not supposed to be a potted plant. We don't get paid to outsource hard decisions. We don't get brownie points for showing up. Our founders weren't naive about threats, but they were realistic about power. That's why they chose to entrust Congress with the power to make war, not the president, not the courts, not the states, but the elected representatives of the people. And call me crazy, but I think if we abdicate that power, we are not only doing a disservice to the people we represent, we are violating our sacred oath of office, our oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. Now, the last time I brought up this resolution, I was told it was premature because there had not been strikes in Venezuela. Yet, let me quote what my Republican friends said in their own words. Chairman Mast, quote, "This resolution to me doesn't make much sense because we are not in hostilities inside Venezuela," end quote. Congressman Keith Self said, quote, "This is not necessary as it removes our armed forces from hostilities against the country where there have been no hostilities," end quote. Congressman Warren Davidson, quote, is the contention that this is a present condition, that there are U.S. forces in violation of the War Powers Resolution, or is it a hypothetical future, end quote. Congressman Tom McClintock, if the president launched an unprovoked attack on Venezuela without congressional declaration, we should have this debate. Until then, I think Democrats would do well not to cry wolf on such an important matter. Even Susie Wiles, the president's own chief of staff, said, and I quote, "If he were to authorize some activity on land in Venezuela, then we need Congress." So we got lots of smug lectures from the other side. But guess what? On January 3rd, 2026, not only did Donald Trump authorize land activity in Venezuela, his administration did not come to Congress beforehand. We weren't even the first group that he talked to after the attack on Venezuela. And I guess the best we can get from the current majority here is that there's never a good time for Congress to assert its war powers. It's either too soon or it's too late. Well, I don't think it's too late because we're still dealing with the consequences of this unauthorized, unlawful military strike. Nicolas Maduro, a brutal tyrant, was removed from power, and the Trump administration replaced Maduro with his own damn vice president. I mean, is that the big victory that my friends think we should be celebrating? Meet the new boss, same as the old boss? They left in power the same illegitimate regime that rules through oppression, fraud, and violence. They left in control the same security apparatus that violates people's rights. They preserved the same corrupt cartel state. Am I missing something here? Because from what I can tell, the president put our troops in harm's way without congressional consent, all so that he could replace one dictator with another dictator. Everything is the same except the face at the podium. And now the president says he's the one running Venezuela. I don't even know what the hell that means. He says we control the oil. What happens if the Venezuelan people don't want that? Will he send troops into Venezuela? What is the clearly defined mission here? I don't know what it is. I mean, look what's happened since he claimed he's in charge. Repression has gotten worse. Security forces are interrogating people at checkpoints, confiscating phones, detaining journalists. Again, I ask, what was this all about? And if we don't know what, and we don't know what will happen next, shouldn't we all agree, whether you support Trump's actions or oppose them, that we should have a debate on this stuff? That we should authorize an expansion of military forces if that's what's in the future, that should be a debate, we should have a vote on it. That's all we're asking here. But this is crazy. We can't be asleep at the switch. I mean, no oversight, no hearings, no votes, just blind obedience to the executive. That's not the way this place is supposed to run. So if my colleagues respect this institution, the House of Representatives, they will vote yes to stop this madness from going any further than it already has. We ought to vote on these issues, and with that, I reserve.